I bet you can hear me now. I bet you can hear me now. Bet you can hear me now. How much you want to bet you can hear me now? How much do you want to bet you can hear me now? How much do you want to bet you can hear me now? Let's take bets that you can hear me now. I'm just kidding. I can see it like pulsing on the screen now too. That's kind of cool. Oh, now I have to find a way to like log into like YouTube also here. Oh, maybe is that YouTube coming through? I know exactly what's wrong. For some reason, it's telling me I can't log. Oh, maybe I did log into it. I don't know anymore, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing over here. This is all new to me. How much you want to bet you guys can hear me now? I had to say it one more time. I can hear you now. I do not miss that commercial. I do not miss that commercial. I am audible now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Purity test. Uh-oh. Here we are. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Sweet. Man, a lot of these right-wing people, man, they really do want their purity test. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Big fan of you subscribing to me. Thank you. Yep. How much you want to bet? You can hear me now. Gunny girl. It is hot. It's hot in California right now, guys. It is really hot. Thank you. I enjoy that you enjoy me making this content. I always wonder it when every single day I post a video, I'm always like, is this gonna like make sense to everybody? Like every time I post a video, it's like that. So farmers from Paris, Michigan. That's so cool. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. That's awesome. I'm sorry that it's really cold there. I lived in New England for decades of my life. So let me tell you, it is cold. I've been in the cold. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. So I've been in California now. So it's been awesome. Right wingers ought to do DNA test for purity. Oh man, yes, I agree. Sorry, I break into that voice. I don't know what's wrong with me. I break into that voice where I start using that southern voice. It's because that's what I hear in my head. There was a person I knew. Hey, nice, Los Angeles. What's up? So there's this person I knew. The reason why I break into like that southern draw accent where I start like making fun of I don't mean to do it. It just happens because I used to talk to someone who is this evangelical crazy person. You want to practice your religions, do on your own time, do whatever you want, right? Like I do not think religion is bad for you. I just think religion is bad for everybody else that you try to put your religious beliefs on, which it's always a problem. But that guy used to come to my house visiting and would leave like these like little thin Bibles. And I'm like, what is this? It's not the Bible. You're leaving me this like little thin thing. And it was like some kind of evangelical or newborn Christian, like mini Bible that was like super thin where they'd picked and choose like things out of the Bible. Like, oh, this is our new Bible. This is what we believe in. Yeah, that's not how the Bible works. Like you're either all in on the Bible or you're all out on the Bible. There's no like, I'm just going to decide this is the section we want. That's not how belief works. You can't just go, yeah, that's it. That's our piece. Great excuse to wear cute jackets. Yeah. You know what? I used to think that too. I like the idea of having like multiple, different outfits and like shit like that for like winter, fall, all that stuff. But when you move to like California and you don't need that anymore, you have no idea how freeing that is. And yeah, if I go somewhere and I'm like, oh man, I'm going somewhere cold, I will buy like a jacket for like $100 or something. Be like, all right, this is the jacket I'm going to use for this trip. And maybe I keep it, maybe I don't. It's not that expensive, $100 jacket. Not to be impeached, but to be escorted. Yeah, I agree with that. Unfortunately, I agree with that. Yeah, it does cause global warming. I agree. Whew. I do not know how to do anything from my setup. So just so you guys know, I was going to have someone on here today to just like hang out with us. I really wish like some Trump supporters actually come in here and start wanting to chat. I would love to have them converse with me because they talk big. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Positively divorced. Thank you very much. They talk big to me in the chat. I think it's kind of funny. They have like they're really strong people in chat. And I think it's interesting. Yeah, I've seen Dean Withers. He's awesome. I agree. Dean and Parker get a job. Is great. Those guys are great. I don't have a setup like theirs. I think I do. I just don't know how to use it, dude. Like I've had this setup for like years and I just never use it. I don't know how to do all this like I mean, if I was streaming right to TikTok only, that would be easy. But this thing that I use doesn't do that. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for 20 stars. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate it. I'll take all the stars I can get. I don't make money making these videos, guys. So just so you know, like your donations to me, I know it sounds so corny to even say that out loud, but you guys supporting this channel basically, or my channels is like the way that I keep making this stuff. So I appreciate it like big time. I do not really profit from any of this stuff. I just make it because certain things went too far and I had to start making content. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to go that way. He's got kids. Guys, you guys all think that Trump's going to do crazy stuff. He's got like kids and grandkids and all that stuff. Does he think you're just like, oh, okay, well, all these people are going to go too? Come on. I don't think they'd be down with that. But maybe. No, I'm kidding. Come on. He's crazy. He doesn't really believe in this stuff, this evangelical stuff. I'm sure you guys know that already. Gunny girl, they don't come around on their own. I actually think that's the only way these folks come around is they only come around on their own, and then you just have to be a support system for them. So when they come around, they don't have, these folks need, the Trump supporters need someone. Unfortunately, they need someone to be there for them. So like when it all falls apart, they're going to start what's called quiet quitting. And I think a lot of these folks are going to quit and they're not going to mention it anymore. They're not going to talk about it anymore. They're going to just, all of a sudden it's going to go quiet. And you're going to be like, hey, what happened to your flags? What happened to your bumper stickers? What happened to your t-shirts you wore? What happened to the hats? And they're just going to slowly remove the things and then try to blend back into society, I think, is my guess. I think the people who are less invested will do that first. There was some lady in the 50s. There was some lady in the 50s. Hear me out on this. Maybe you already watched one of my videos. Maybe you missed this video, but there was a lady in the 50s that had a cult, like this crazy cult. And it was like a doomsday cult. All these people were going to like sell their houses, quit their jobs. Thanks for subscribing. Quit their jobs. And all these, like, there were some of these people that I would say like 25% of her followers were like die hard, quit all their jobs. I'm going to look at the camera. Am I looking at the camera? Yeah, it looks like I'm looking at the camera. Quit all their jobs and then just go all in on the cult. And then the day of like the Armageddon that was coming, she thought like this flood was coming. That day came and went. And all these people who went all in on her, you'd think would be like, that's it. Obviously it didn't happen. I'm going home. It was really all the people that didn't sell all their stuff. They all went home. The people who were less invested were like, okay, this is over with. That was fun while it lasted. The people who sold all their stuff, yes, exactly. They doubled down. Good call. You saw the video. Thank you. Some of you haven't seen the video, so that's why I say it. Like they doubled down. They went crazier. They got more people to join. That's just think about the rationale of a Trump supporter too. Like these folks cannot admit they're wrong before Trump. They had no ability to go, yeah, okay, I'm wrong. Oh, it was my bad. I just can't relate to that. can't relate to not being able to admit being wrong about something and going, oh yeah, okay, you're totally right, my bad. The Kool-Aid one, oh man. Thank you so much, Jen Lake Girl. There's going to be probably, I would say it's too soon for them to show up. Ex-MAGA, I would guess, unless they're like people that are openly going, I made a mistake. But they're even the ones that, I don't know if you guys saw this blonde girl that's like really was crying on the internet the other day. She's like crying about, you guys are so mean to me. Well, it's not that we don't have empathy for you. It's that you thought empathy was like a weakness, and now you want empathy. You want to be like a victim, but also you want to be high and mighty for quitting and realizing you were wrong for like a decade. Like, oh my God, yeah, here's the pat on the back there, dude. Good job. You actually quit something that was harming all of us. I just think it's interesting to see these folks like quit and expect like a participation trophy. And then on top of that, have them say, oh, well, I'm not crazy enough to vote Democrat though. It's like, bro, like, do you even know what you're saying right now? This isn't what is so bad about any of this stuff. Hello, chat. It's Darvo. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yep, I agree. There you go. Yes. I wonder how I add that. The chat's supposed to be in this box right here. And it's not. Only YouTube is. So lame. It's just YouTube. It's so lame. It's like totally lame. Oh, is that why? Oh, look at that. It has its own little chat. Lame. I hate this stuff, man. It should be totally easy. There it is. Hey, I got it working. Can you guys see this on screen now or no? Whatever that chat. There's like somebody popping up. Yeah. You guys, if you guys really want to watch like the hypocrisy, you should go to my Facebook page. It is wow, that's a big message. It's always the big messages coming from Facebook. People love to write books on Facebook. Break that up. No one wants to read a book. Sorry. Not to be offensive to your big text block, but no, you're like bogarting the chat. Try not to write so much. But I understand because you're coming from Facebook. Facebook people are going to let you know what's up, and they're going to write like a book. You're like, yeah, here's a giant text block. Happy to see you. Thank you very much, Lisa. Yeah, I'm like real. I'm not AI. I edit all my own videos. All of it's real. Everybody's like, you're AI. No, I'm not AI, dude. Not even a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. Just no more paragraphs, guys. Like, I love that you have all this enthusiasm to writing. It's totally cool. But you should probably like write just small, break it up, or, be a little more concise with your, I mean, look at that giant text block that just came through. Elizabeth Kelly. Oof. That's a little delayed. Oh yeah, okay. It's a little delayed. That's why. On my end, that's already passed. But man, that is one heck of a text block. It's all right. You're good. Facebook people, they're writers, man. They love to write. They're big time writers. You could just, I don't know. You have a lot to say. I respect that. It'd be cool. I can really like control a lot of things from here, and it doesn't look like I can. What do Trump supporters say to you when you tell them their brain is different? I can tell you that it doesn't go over well. It definitely doesn't go over well. I don't know why my chat keeps not working. Yeah, it doesn't go over well. Obviously, no one really wants to be told something's wrong with them. But at the same time, like, it's sadly true. Wonder why that chat's not working on screen. If only I knew. It would be really cool if there was like a way to like test your stream and like stream and have it all connected but not go live, so you can like fix it up. I only use Facebook as a free picture storage. Totally fake page. Great, dude. We love to hear that you're spamming us with a fake page right now, dude. Don't do that, man. I know what you're doing. I know what you're saying, though. You don't want to be tracked. You don't want to be on grid. I know what you're talking about, man. I bet you believe there's like UFOs and stuff too, bro. Hey, man. Hey, Stalin. I hope your name's really Stalin, because Stalin was a pretty bad dude. I'm using Streamlabs right now. I used to use StreamYard. Before that, I used Stream City. I'm kidding. I'm just making shit up. But Streamlabs and StreamYard. StreamYard sucks. Why doesn't my chat show up again? This is hilarious. Of course it doesn't show up. All right, I'm going to try and fix the chat. I'm going to just try and fix the chat. I'm just going to go ahead and try and fix the chat. I almost deleted the chat. Delay. Get it up there live. Oh. I think I fixed it. I don't know. Who's writing? No one wants to be told that something's wrong with them. Yeah, you know, but there is, though. Like, you should want to know. I think you should want to know. Why would you not want to know that you could possibly be the problem? I disagree. Again, yet the MAGA keep telling, yeah, I agree. Here's the thing. Nothing's wrong with people who are like decide to live a certain lifestyle. That doesn't affect anybody else. MAGA actually is like, oh my God, there goes my chat again, disappearing on me. Who knows why that doesn't work? But yeah, like it's fascinating to see. I wish the chat would just open up. It's fascinating to see people who are like, oh, you can't be like that. You got to be like us or else. And then they are the most toxic people on the planet, hurting people with their votes, hurting people with all this other, I don't know. Always show messages? Is that it? I don't know. Yeah, they're not big on self-awareness. They have no idea what it is. And the worst part is they don't think they need to be self-aware because they don't think anything's wrong with them. That's the whole collective narcissism thing too. You know, it's like, what is wrong with you people? Yep, I agree. I have family members and friends who are not able to share any kind of emotion ever, and they think it's a weakness to show emotion. Yeah, it's sad. Only knew how to use the chat box area. You guys can't even see my chat. Totally cool, man. Yep. Their entire identity feels threatened by even the suggestion that they might be wrong. Yeah, it's true. It's a strange. So I can't relate to them, which is why I needed to study this stuff, right? This is the reason why I study all this psychology stuff. I've been studying psychology for like more than 20 years. And it's just, I have family members, so it's like, oh my God, I got to really dig into this. Like, why is this same pattern happening over and over again with these people? Like, especially, there's one that really triggered me into like a deep dive on this research is they want to like give them evidence about something and then they don't look at it. And it's like, wait a minute, what'd you think of that video I sent you? Oh, I haven't seen it. And it's like, you haven't seen the January 6th videos? Like, what do you mean? It's like been on the news since January of 2021. You're telling me you never watched the January 6th insurrection attempt at the Capitol. I haven't seen it. I'm like, what are you talking about? You haven't seen it. You haven't seen this stuff? You haven't seen this? Every time I talk to these people, they always made stuff up and were like, oh, nope, haven't seen it. But of course, they knew everything about Hunter Biden's laptop, which has zero relevance to life. And then they talk about Obama, who hasn't been president for 10 years, and what about Bill Clinton? Dude, Bill Clinton hasn't been in office since the year year 2000 or 99? Maybe it was 99 actually. 99. It's like, dude, that was literally 27 years ago. What are you even talking about? Of course, my chat keeps showing up and then disappearing. That's it. I'm deleting the chat. It's gone. I'm a pastor's son. Oh, sorry to hear that. My presence around conservatives is a trigger. Yeah, I believe you. Is a trigger for an excuse to be offended. Oh my God, I don't know what that even means. But yeah, okay. Sorry that you're a pastor's son. I grew up in a very religious household, Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic. But I went to church. I was forced to go to church like 6 days a week. So you guys, it's funny when the conservatives come into my comments and stuff and they're like, oh yeah, let me tell you about the Bible. Bro, are you kidding me? I can recite the Bible. I don't want the Bible. I was allowed to leave. Hey, you want to be religious still? At like 17, I was like, nah, I ain't. No. Nah. Religion? No, thank you. I was done with it. 6 days a week since I was like 6. So like six, yeah. That's probably like 11, at least 11 years at 6 days a week without missing, even for vacation. So I went to a lot of church. Anybody ever tells me, oh, I don't know the Bible or going to church or any of that stuff, GFY. As far as I'm concerned, like, you guys have no idea. I did more probably church than like a single person does in their lifetime for like the 11 years. Me too. I'm a huge fan. Happily married to the scientific method. Yes, I'm a fan. Cody, I celebrate your whole collection. It's awesome. I agree. I think it was, I'm going to delete the chat and re-add it because I don't know what I'm doing. And that's okay. That's how it's done, MAGA. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out, hopefully. That's how you do it. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing. That's not a weakness. Get over it. You gotta, really gotta get over it. All right, yeah, it's all connected. It says it's good. And of course it doesn't work. Great. Oh, ex-Mormon. Yikes. Yikes. Sorry to hear that. Although you're ex, so that's actually a positive thing. I don't understand that stuff. I don't understand it's obviously a mechanism for control. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Anthony. Your content is excellent. One of the best. Thank you. The funny thing is I only started making content like 39 days ago. I think it was like 39 days ago. It was like 38, 39 days ago. It was kind of interesting because I was like, I've been studying how to I've been helping other people make content for like years, or at least, I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever like looked me up, but I have a background I used to work at a company called Sony Pictures. Maybe you heard of it. And we ran some of the first influence campaigns and, our own content creation studio and stuff like that. So I helped like tons of people, tons of YouTubers, original YouTubers is that my chat finally popping up? Tons of YouTubers back in the day. So I know how to do all this content. I just don't do it because I think it was like, I didn't really know it. I don't know. I wasn't compelled, but what's happening right now compelled me. Yeah. So people keep telling me that I keep doing way better than other people. And I'm like, yeah, well, dude, I'm just making content. It's not like I try to do really good. I made you know how I made my first video? I'm going to tell you guys a story that nobody knows, only on this live. Come a little closer and I'll tell you guys. All right, that's close enough. So I made my first video. This girl challenged me. I know a girl that challenged me all the way across the country. She's like, hey, let's do 30 videos in 30 days. And I said, no, let's do 90 videos in 90 days. Because if we're doing this, let's do it. She found, I had a LinkedIn post, total lame post. I thought it did really well, but a long time ago, 2018, years ago. And I took that post that went super viral in 2018 and turned it into a video. And that video got re-grammed and re-TikToked by Bad Bunny. It was about Bad Bunny. And he re-grammed it. All these like really famous celebrities redid it, like basically re-grammed it and shared it to like across everywhere. I got millions, like close to like 10 million views total across all platforms on it. I was like, what the heck? That video took me 5 minutes to make, and all these other videos that I was doing took a long time to make. Once I realized like, oh, okay, this is easier than I thought. The format and stuff is all I meant. It didn't really take a lot to make that video. So I just started going, hey, I'm not going to edit a lot. I'm just going to, yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. So that's not, I didn't choose my voice. So I guess that was whatever, genetics, right? For my voice. I don't really know. Your videos are fantastic. Thank you for making sense out of madness. Thank you for listening, Dean. Appreciate it. We need as many intelligent people as we can get. I agree. I wish we celebrated intelligence the same way we used to. America used to celebrate intelligence in like the 50s and 60s, like 50s because of, Albert Einstein and like this move towards like the scientific method and we're us understanding like a lot more things. Like science was celebrated when we were like sending rockets to the moon, stuff like that. Obviously, socially, we weren't as progressive as we needed to be, but we cared about being smart. We cared about science more. And you being smart in school was actually a cool thing. And then I remember like, and I was alive, so maybe I'm older than I want to be, but in the 80s, in the 90s, stuff like that, people started to like beat up and pick on kids who are smart. I remember that well. And then all of a sudden it started to go downhill. Like all these people who peaked, usually they peaked in high school, started like picking on people and stuff. Wine tasting is good. I don't know. I lost. Thanks, Anthony. I am awesome. I appreciate that. We need one. Okay. I wish I could put my chat on screen. I'm not that awesome. I'm not awesome enough to make my chat work. Yep. Well, that's the thing. Intellectuals are celebrities. If you think about it, how many people do you watch on podcasts that are intellectuals? I would say almost all of them. Not all of them, but enough of them, right? So podcasts are where the new intellectuals like live. The downside is some of them have like crazy authoritarian like leanings, and they don't understand. I don't think these people are smart enough intellectuals to understand that. To even understand like what the right and the left actually means, right? The right and left comes from, I believe it was the French, when they had the French Revolution, and then all of a sudden they decided like which side of the aisle you're going to be on, the right or the left. And the people on the right were there to maintain the authority, the king, and all of the rich nobles. Like we wanted the right were, let's keep things how it is. We like that better. We get rich. And if you went to the left, you were for social progress and democracy and let people vote. And that's where it came from. I believe it was like the late 1700s where they decided to start calling it the right and the left. The left were for the people. The right were for the aristocracy. And then that has now exploded into like identity politics and stuff. I know too much stuff. I feel like I know too much. Hidden Brain. Yeah, I know this podcast. Yep, I agree. I am going to restart my podcast. If you guys are interested, just say yes if you are interested. And then you can just say no if you're not interested. I'm good with both. No one can see your chat anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Wish I could fix that. Can anybody see the chat? Oh, that's a lot of yeses. Sweet. Thanks. Yes, yes, yes. Boom. So you're telling me there's a chance. All right. You can see the chat? Wait, how long? What? You've been able to see this chat the whole time? Should probably look. What? Oh my God, it's been there the whole time? Should probably look. What? Oh my God, it's been there the whole time? Oh my God, it's been there the whole time? All right. Let's see if we can get some dude in here, right? Should we add someone to the chat? Look at that. I can put myself in a little box like that. Whoa. Where'd all that come from? Spam in the chat. The power to redefine? I don't know what that means, but I can't see the chat anymore. That's such a downer. Oh, there it goes again. Just spills out on the screen. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, podcast is better when you're working. And you know what's even cooler about the podcast is that you could, I mean, I was going to do a live show also during the day. I'm a big fan of that. The work I do, I have my own companies, so I can stream and stuff like that on my own. Whenever I want, I can schedule it in. So it's either a live show for like a couple hours a day or a podcast or just both. Like I'm just going to upload the episodes anyway to the podcast. So, okay. Any chat on YouTube is visible. Cool. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate that. Can you make a video that addresses them directly and how they are lost and weak? And that's let me tell you how that goes so far. They're not a fan of me telling them they're weak, even though they are completely weak. Oh, yeah, no, Joe Rogan would never, he wouldn't do that. He's very protective. He knows that a person like me coming on his show would give me like this giant audience from him. So he's never going to let a person like me on there. Also, you know, like I'd go on there and I'd try to be nice to the guy too, but I'd also try to convince him like how wrong he was. I don't think he likes being told on his own show that he's wrong. I don't understand that. If I have somebody on and they're like, yo, you're wrong, I would love to know that I was wrong about something and like update my operating system. But these folks don't know how to update their operating systems. I don't get that. Like, just get a software update, dude. You have new information you're working off of. So now you can choose to act differently. Like, just like if you got an update, right? Your iPhone updates often. So weird that we can accept all these updates to things. We can't accept our own information update. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess taking horse tranquilizer doesn't treat COVID-19. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, well, conspiracy theories. His conspiracy theories are wild. They're not wild. They're just, he's trying to entertain the same people. I mean, he is the MAGA base. So he talks to the same people. He knew about these people that fall for this stuff. And he gave them what they want, right? Not everybody wants to be intellectual 24 hours a day. It's exhausting. Let me tell you, I am, and it's exhausting. I'm tired. But it's good to turn off your brain and talk about things that are fun rather than, I don't know. I'm a truthful person, so I always want to be watching facts. I don't really want to watch. If I watch sci-fi-ish type stuff, it's like I'm watching movies or like TV shows like Altered Carbon, which is a great show. If you want to watch it, check it out on Netflix. Mindhunters, great show. Just talking about it today again. Such a good show. I am a cornucopia of movie quotes. I've been in front of movies way too often. I'm probably one of the best you'll ever know with movie quotes. It's kind of crazy. Kind of worthless skill also. Yep, I agree. I just want to shut down. There are definitely times I just want to not think, but it's hard to not think when you're thinking all the time. Yep. Yeah, talk radio was the thing that tipped it all off. That's when I had a father who took the trip off the deep end with the right wing stuff. He used to be a calmer, not calm, but a calmer person. And then he went off the deep end with Rush Limbaugh, and he just started being like a horrible person. So yeah, I don't self-medicate. I don't do drugs or drink. So I live like a really boring life. I have a lot of free time because I don't drink or do drugs. Can you see all the chats in that shared window, or can you not? I am retired professional at a major university. Ba, 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 ba. I believe that. Oh my god. My vice is scotch. Scotch. I love scotch. Yeah. So yeah, dude, I don't know, brown liquor or any of that stuff. I'm done. It's not like I've never drank before. I just don't like drinking. It makes me slow. It makes me sleep in. I get up early. I exercise a lot. So booze is just, I've never really enjoyed drinking booze. I like the effects of alcohol. Hemingway said, sometimes a man is forced to get drunk with his fools. And I agree with that statement. Not to say that I'm some genius, because I'm not, but it reminded me of me once I heard it. I was like, oh my God, that feels like me. I have to like slow myself down for folks because they're all like, yeah, let's go get wasted. And it's like, okay, I really don't want to do that, but all right. Yeah, social drinking. Here's the thing with drinking, though, for me, it's like once you know there's no benefit to drinking besides the social lubrication of it, and you now know that it's like just a pure carcinogen. Like, I don't see why you'd keep drinking knowing that all it does is cause cancer. And at the same time, oh, congratulations, 300 days. That's great. I quit drinking, I think just over 3 years ago. And not because I like drinking, it's because I didn't drink anyway. So it was like really easy for me to do. Um, this is good. People use it to cope. It medicates them for having to learn these skills. Yeah, I used it for sure. I used to be like a super shy person, and alcohol made me gave me the ability to be a little bit more outgoing. So there's no question alcohol has its place. Life is more interesting. My life right now is a little bit work heavy. It's always been, I do a lot of work. So yeah, never cared for the taste. Yeah, I don't do the taste either. There are some wines that are amazing. I got into wine pretty deep at one point. There is some really good, if you guys ever have a chance, you need to go to Yountville. Don't, and people say Napa, but the real place you go wine tasting isn't Napa. You go to Yountville, which is a part right next to Napa, or like right in Napa. And there's like some really great vineyards there. And one of them's called Stag's Leap Cellar. It's so good. There's a wine you have to try. If you ever get a chance, worth trying just once. Go to the wine tour there. Get Cask 23. You will thank me for it. I'll type it into the chat. Cask 23. So good. I haven't had it in a long time because obviously I don't drink, but I don't know what disaster tarot yay means. Like tarot cards? You talking about tarot cards, yo? All right, let's see here. I believe it. I believe you have great wines in Oregon. Why is my Facebook popping up? Chat. So weird. It's like so weird. Let's see if there's any like MAGA haters here. I'd love to have a MAGA come up and just like tell me what their life is like. Why are you such an angry person? Why don't you? I don't get it. Stag's Leap, Cast 23 is about, yeah, yep, it's expensive. It wasn't that expensive when I drank it more frequently, many, many years ago. Yeah, it's like $2.99. Dude, it's inflation though. It wasn't that much a couple of years ago. I think it was like 140 or 150 a bottle. And it wasn't like I was like buying a bottle every day or anything here. I was drinking it like twice a year. That's not a lot of money if it's only twice a year. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. I work a lot harder than you think on these videos. It's really hard. I'm super new at it, so I kind of suck at the videos, but I appreciate you guys watching them. It means a lot to me. You make your own blueberry wine? Oh my God, respect. I wouldn't. I saw somebody do that in Vermont. When I was younger. I don't think it was wine though. I think he just mixed wild blueberries with like vodka and stored it for like a year, and it tasted really good. Younger. Yeah, I've never wine tasted in France before. I gotta pull that off sometime. Do you guys think I should probably wine taste in France? That would be really cool. Yeah, the reassurance says here, recent short explanation. I really appreciate your short explanation videos here for not angry. They are sad truth, but hopeful. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to like look at this stuff and go, wow, I can't believe people are upset like this. You are not angry. That's the weird interpretation. Yeah. Why would I be angry? Winter Shade 3000, 3001. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you could lend a hand. I don't know. DM me, man. DM me, man. Cool. Lucy. Oh, wow. You have a son of a billionaire. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see what you have to say. Oh, nice. Yeah, King Louis. King Louis bought it. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's hardcore. There's no way I would pay for that. I respect that though. That's expensive. I don't know. I don't know much about the super expensive stuff. Like, dude, Cast 23 is as rich as I get, and I haven't had that in I don't remember the last time. I have some good wine upstairs in my place, but it's no Cask 23. It's like maybe an $80 or $90 bottle of red, and I've been carrying around with me a couple of bottles of red for like years because I stopped drinking, so now I haven't drank them yet. I still got them sitting upstairs. So yes, my video tomorrow is going to, Jay, do you think MAGA is falling apart right now? Yes. And I think people are quiet quitting right now. Just like, remember there was like this thing going around, oh, every employee is quiet quitting. Yeah, well, these guys are quietly walking out the back door, taking off their hats, hiding all their gear. I don't think they're I think they're all the people who are the least invested, or they didn't burn every relationship in their lives. Let's go back to full screen. There we go. I think the people who are least invested will give up. You're studying to be a sommelier, or what are you studying to be? Cody Styles. Nah, I'm recovering from surgery, so not much I can do. I don't know what that means. 81 cents to my, but here I am with 81 cents to my name. I didn't see that. Perfect. Can I give you some advice? No, I don't want any advice. No, I don't want advice. Tron. Oh, to Adam, can I give you some advice? Gotcha. You weren't talking to me. Yeah, your videos contribute to open dialogue between different mindsets. You recognize that confirmation bias in the body, politic will self-destruct. Yeah, I don't know what that means exactly. I think it's a little broken English there. So I don't know what that means. Fix what you wrote again. Real Bill P. Thanks. I'm happy you found me too, Deborah. I'm so happy I found you. And sound mind and voice of reason. Yeah. The thing is, like, why aren't there more people like me? I can't be the only one out there. I'm just the only one, like, either brave enough or stupid enough to talk about this stuff. I'm not sure which one yet. Maybe both. Even though I like more liberals, I don't know what, Cody, you're killing me here. Confirmation bias works on both sides. Dude, stop with the both sides crap. Just stop with the both sides crap. It's like a false equivalence. You are exhibit A of the right. There is no, it's both sides. No, dude, it's not. It's not both sides, weirdo. It's not. It isn't. You're going to have to get over it now. You're going to have to go, oh my God, maybe it isn't both sides. I am not a stupid person. I don't think you're stupid either. But you are coping so hard. Both sides crap. It's not, dude. One's based in facts. One's based in science. One's fucking over here doing whatever the hell they want. And oh, just cope, guys. Just cope. What's wrong? It's just my opinion. You say the most horrible things in a calm tone of voice and you think that, like, that's okay. And it's not okay. And you know what? You need to be, people like you, Cody, I'm not trying to come down on you hard, but you need to be checked, bro. Like, you have to understand. You're not. I'm not exhibit of the right. I've been getting friendly fire. Like, what does that even mean, bro? You just said it's both sides and it's not. I don't know what that means, dude. I'm confused with your comments now. Just, I don't know. Maybe you're unstable or something. Yeah, both sides are not. It's just the thing. Like, it's like saying, you know what? Germany was really bad in World War II, but England, those guys, their food sucks. So you know what I mean? It's both sides. It's like, what? What do you mean their food sucks, bro? Like, it's kind of a different false equivalence. Are you crazy? That's what these people do. They take some insane, but Hunter Biden's laptop, something that's like really bad. And then they go, Hunter Biden's laptop, which is like literally the dumbest response I've ever heard. And they think, gotcha, checkmate. Checkmate, I said Hunter Biden's laptop. I win, you lose. Bro, you don't win. You lose in a lot of different ways. Yeah, exactly. It makes me a little sad talking to them, I have to admit. It's frustrating because it's like watching a 6-year-old do something and then they do it again. And even a 6-year-old learns faster than these people. It didn't trigger me, Cody. What it did was made me realize you're a moron. And people like you who say both sides is a moron. It just reinforces that you are dumb. And it sucks that you're dumb. I don't want you to be dumb. I want you to have a coming to, like, oh my God, maybe just have a little self-reflection is what I'm looking for. I don't need you to be like a different person tomorrow. I need you to go, maybe I could be the problem. It's possible. And then you go and you take your phone You pick up your phone and you go, I'm going to set this down for a while and not look at it. I'm going to do some real self-reflection. I'm going to go and say, could it be me? Let's think here. Let me get a pen and a piece of paper. I'm going to get a pen and I'm going to get a piece of paper. I'm going to write some things down here. Here are the things I think are true. Here are the things that are really true now. Like by looking them up, like in a real source of information, like any kind of information besides Fox News or Newsmax or any of the crazy shit you guys watch. Fucking batshit crazy stuff. I don't know how you do it. It would drive me nuts. And write it down. Be like, here are the things I believe. Write them down first, and then go prove your. Use a scientific method, because that's what it is. You're trying to disprove your beliefs over and over and over and over again. You're trying to destroy your hypothesis over and over again, and you want other people to destroy your hypothesis too. Thanks for the sub. Awesome. And if you do that, if you write down your beliefs one bullet at a time, be really succinct with it too. The word succinct, I know you probably have to look up too, but I want to say that it just means just be really short. Concatenate your responses so that they fit on one line, so you don't have to like read them as a book. And then write down, okay, 1, 2, 3. These are the first 3 things I believe. Now let me go and try to prove myself wrong. Oh, that's not right. Oh, I'm wrong here. Oh, I'm wrong here. Oh my God, I'm wrong everywhere. It is me. I could be wrong. And then leave your phone and all your stuff and go for a walk and go, oh my God, my entire identity might have to shift here. I might have to actually say sorry to a couple people. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Oh God. You don't debate 100% of the truth, bro. No, I'm not a Trump supporter. What the fuck is that? Tron Talks? Are you nuts? Clearly, you are a troll, Tron. I'm going to block you in about 10 seconds unless you say you're not going to keep saying stupid shit. Tron's going to go the way of the dodo. Tron, you need to be a nice guy. You obviously haven't watched my content at all. Yeah, you're okay. So did my stream come up on you like your For You page or something, Tron? Do I look like a fucking Trump supporter to you? Are you fucking nuts? People are here chatting with me because I'm not a Trump supporter. You know, Anthony Macchio? Are you related to Ralph Macchio? Are you related to Ralph Macchio? Anthony Macchio? I don't even know if you spell the name the same way. I don't really want to tell you where I live. I have like 6, 7 death threats a day. You really think I'm going to tell you where I live right now? Crazy, bro. I live in Southern California, though. I can tell you that much. Actually, it is on my profile, so I should just say, yeah, I live in LA. Yeah, I live in LA, Ralph Macchio. Tron, you really like to bogart the chat, man. You're just like bogart in the chat, Mr. Spinal Surgery. You really make it all about you, man. I won't block you. Don't worry about it. But you really do like to make it all about you. I like that. It's very fascinating. You seem like a Trump supporter. Well, dude, you did ask in a chat. Yeah, message me. But you did ask in a chat, like a visual chat. And you're like, I'm not going to answer that. All right, cool, bro. I mean, you could say you are related to the Macchios, but I already know that the answer, that means yes. When you can't answer, if the answer was no, you'd be like, just say no. So the answer is yes. That's cool, man. I was a fan of Karate Kid and also whatever that show was, what was that show called on Netflix? Dragon Returns or something like that. I don't remember. That was a good show though. It was good all the way up until like season like 3, and then it started to get wicked cheesy. Like I was watching some like 7 o'clock p.m. I don't know, on a school night show. It started to become like an after school special, cheesy, and I was just like, yeah, all right, I'm done with this show. Tron, you're making it about you, dude. Stop making it about you. I'll just block you. I don't have to see your face ever again. Stop. Just stay in the chat if you want to, bro. It's not about you, dude. Move on from your spinal surgery. Thanks, Russ. I appreciate it, man. We're talking about everything right now. I'm open though. You guys can chat it up here. Cobra Kai, that's it. Yes, Cobra Kai. Thank you. That was a good show. I thought that was a really good show for like the first 2 seasons. I was like, man, this is a pretty good show. And then it got wicked cheesy. Like I think it was season 3, and then I was just like, okay, this is getting a little too after school special Hallmark movie. Yeah, okay. I would be interested in chatting with you, my man, for sure. You know, you could come onto this chat right now. I think I can send you a link and you can just like pop in and say hello, if you want. But yeah, man, I live in LA, so let's see here. Yay. This is your chance to chat it up. Hit me with the chats. Time to head to bed. Oh yeah, it is pretty late. I forgot about that. It is 6 p.m. here too. So Jen, it was great having you. I'm gonna do more of these earlier in the day. I was gonna do it at midday my time, but I had a lot of stuff to do and I had to go a workout. Can you explain Roseanne of the world that were such hardcore Dems? I don't know what that means. What does that even mean? Can you explain what happened to with Roseanne? She went crazy, bro. Like, what does that even mean, man? I don't know what that means either. What's Marika? Wish I knew. Question for the group. I don't know what that means, but I can answer. I have I have quite a few people that are MAGA in my life, and they are changing. They are turning. They are embarrassed. They're quiet quitting MAGA, and I'm going to let them. Accountability comes later, guys. Let these folks quit. Let them quit. Don't say I told you so. It's not worth it right now. First, let them quit. Then, once this is over with, when it's all done, months from now, maybe even a year from now, then we go accountability time, but not until then. James Woods. Oh my God, what a buffoon. Sorry, dude. James Woods' last good movie, I don't even remember when that movie was. It's like in the 90s. I don't remember him doing anything good since then. Not to say that like that's the value of a person, but I mean, he is an actor, so he's been a little bit of crazy. He's like a Gary Busey of Hollywood. I don't know. I mean, I live in LA, so he's the Gary Busey. He's like a Gary Busey. So he's always been a little off, like unhinged dude. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure you love Gary Busey. I'm sure you love whatever that fucking guy's name is, James Woods, moron. Thank you, Kevin. That means a lot. Yeah, sharing is a really big deal for me, guys. If you can share my videos like on your stories or on your timelines, I would greatly appreciate that whenever you can. That helps get the word out, helps get me subscribers. I would love to be able to do this stuff with you guys and chat with you every single day and just do this and not have anything else to do except for making videos and content and chatting with you guys all the time. That would be really cool. They will. So here's the thing. They don't need to, we don't need to like, you're like saying, hey, they won't take accountability. The thing is like, they don't have to take accountability. Accountability comes, right? Like, so Germans after World War II didn't take accountability. A lot of them tried to slip out the back door also. And, they got accountability. A lot more than you think. There's a lot of Germans. When the Russians invaded Germany, especially Berlin, I don't know if you guys looked this up, but I'm a big history guy. Like I love it. I'm ravenous for history. I always have been since I was a kid. You should read about what happened, what the Russians did to Germans after World War II from Berlin. They didn't take prisoners, number one, ever when they were making their push towards Berlin, ever. They took no prisoners, almost no prisoners, I would say. And especially in Berlin, they did really, 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 really awful things. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, there were tens of millions of Russians killed. So the Germans paid for, I mean, I guess you could say you could never pay enough because 85 million people died in World War II, but they definitely were held accountable in most cases. Some people, slipped through on the rat line from Germany to South America, but we eventually caught most of them. The only one that really got away was this guy named Joseph Mengele, who he died in like the 80s on a beach of a heart attack in the ocean. So like he was like swimming off of a beach and just like died there in the ocean, just floating face down. So that was one Nazi guy that got away. That was a big gun. That was a big one. Yeah, so I agree. I get the accountability thing, but let's not even talk about accountability right now. Let's worry about like closing down the shop, letting them think everything's great. Yeah, it was South America. Yep. And let's just give them a safe port to pull into and say, hey, you know what? I'm done with my MAGA crew. Okay, cool. Come on in. They don't even have to say that because they're not gonna admit they're wrong. So they're never going to go, oh, I'm done with MAGA. They're never going to have some like revelation. They're just going to start removing things like taking off their hats. All of a sudden their hat is gone. And then one day they're not going to have a t-shirt on anymore. The next day the bumper sticker's gone. The next time you see them, they won't be flying the flag at their house. And then bam, all of a sudden you're like, huh, that's kind of strange that I've just noticed that every MAGA person I know now, that I know does not wear the hats, does any of the stuff anymore. All their swag is gone. Thank you for sharing, Anthony. I appreciate that. Thank you, Blue-Eyed Native. I appreciate that. That's a cool name, by the way. Good user handle. Prediction. How does it end with Trump MAGA? I think it's number 4 in that video I made on YouTube. I shared it on all these other channels too, but I don't think you guys like watch that one as much. I think that was kind of funny because there's some videos you guys love on like Facebook, and then they're like YouTube, like other ones like take off. Oh God, here we go. Things will never change unless liberals get money and profit. I don't even know what that means, bro. Whatever. Anyway, I think out of the way the cult ends is a combination of a few things, right? Is that the inside circle's already talking. There's people resigning, stuff like that, and leaking, and all that stuff is happening. I also think the community's falling apart. They're quietly quitting MAGA. and that's a good thing. And I think, what is the other one that I was thinking of? There's no Jim Jones thing that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Yes, if he's old and he passes away of natural causes, um, the cult dies. Like, it's over. Nobody can do the cult. It's just not going to happen. Like Jim Jones cult, like there were followers they didn't all die that day. There were still some followers, some still in the United States that were like supposed to like head up some stuff. There was no another cult from them, right? There was one charismatic leader, and the other ones will never be able to be that charismatic leader. It just, cults don't usually transfer. How do we penetrate their brains with this knowledge? Um, so I would say, I can tell you actually, if you guys really want to know, I do have a very extreme way of making people not be MAGA anymore, but it's extreme. And I don't think most of you can pull it off, or the people are willing to do it, but it's called I call it the 60-day challenge. Cut them off from social media, news, and any MAGA friends. Those three things for 60 days. And I think that'll work. I think yanking them out of this like information bubble for 60 days will pull them out of all that craziness. That's my assumption. And I've seen that kind of thing work with other stuff. That's why I know that. I think you can pull somebody out of their environment and change who they are pretty quickly, because the environment, you are a product of your environment. Most humans are a product of their environment. Many or not many people escape your environment if you're surrounded by it. So you actually have to make a change to that. And if you can edit your environment, which is removing propaganda and stuff like that, you could easily pull people out, or start to slowly pull them out over 60 days. I think there's a 60-day challenge we should all be excited about promoting, the 60-day challenge, the 60-day MAGA challenge. Like, I wish I'm ex-MAGA, someone that's not come out as like ex-MAGA and still pretends to be MAGA. Hey, let's do a 60-day challenge. No more Fox News for 60 days. And watch these people like come around. They can't watch Newsmax. They don't have internet access. They got to just stay away from everything. And most MAGA aren't really like, let's be honest, they aren't living on the internet. Their jobs aren't on the internet. They're probably mostly, I don't know, like labor and I don't know. I think they're a little more blue collarish, kind of like hard days work. I'm more of a knowledge worker, right? And I think they're more of a hard physical labor worker. I think most of them I know are, at least. Mushrooms, yeah. I've never had mushrooms, so I don't know. But yes, it probably would work. I don't know. Maha, dude, I have a family member that's like that, and I can tell you, there's no convincing them. These people are die hard. Can you believe that? There's a guy that was on heroin for like 15 years, had a brain that ate part of his, a worm that ate part of his brain, and he's in charge of our health services. It's crazy. Yeah, Fox News alone, 60-day challenge, I agree. But the thing is, what if they find Newsmax? It's way worse. It's way worse. It is literally what you see in any dystopian like movie. I watch, guys, also, you want to get worked up? Watch V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta is exactly, I feel like exactly what's happening right now. Yeah. The women are impossible. It's what you said about low self. Yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate. The studies I came across when I was doing my research on women who supported Trump, man, I was just like, why would they vote this way? I didn't think people could be so spiteful. But I think that's how that I don't think it's just women. I think it's dudes without college degrees. White dudes without college degrees and white women without college degrees are both very spiteful people. They just want to hurt people, even if it hurts them. Sweet. Thanks, Blue Eyed Native. Who sniffed coke off the toilet? Dude, what is this shit, man? I don't even know what that means, man. Yeah. News Nation seems as bad. Yeah, News Nation, dude. I thought, Chris Cuomo on CNN, I was like, this guy, he he wasn't that bad. And it made me realize he was if you could go against your beliefs, if you can swing both ways, like I can just be far right or far left. Like I wouldn't even say CNN's not left. CNN is like center, tiny bit to the left, but it's mostly facts. It's all facts. Like news, there's no left wing and right wing news. There's just like news on the left, and then there's a little bit of political opinion in there, but it's a democratic political opinion. It's the right stuff is like crazy alt-right stuff. It's gone very, very far right. Chris Cuomo is a problem because he used to be on regular news that supported democracy. And now he's proof that if you can switch and be totally against what that news station was for, like facts and science, and if you can do that, that means you are not a news person. And I understand he just wants to make money and he wants to be rich and all that stuff. But you should pull. It's kind of like, and this might sound weird, but I think like if you want to vote a certain way, if you're in a red state and you're a Democrat, if you can move out of that red state, it's probably really a good idea. Because then when you do move to a blue state, you know that the default setting is they're voting the way you want them to vote, like for a democracy, for progress, for things like that. I feel like that's the same thing that's going on. Like if Chris Cuomo can switch sides very easily, where he's very ultra democratic, ultra common sense, science, facts, and then can switch over to like this crazy News Nation crap. Like that News Nation is just, I mean, I watched it. I gave it a chance. I'm like, oh, I like some of the stuff Chris Cuomo said, right? Here and there. He had some good takes, and he kind of like confronted some people that other people wouldn't confront. And then I was like, when I watched this stuff, I was like, oh my God, like that's not true. This is not true. That stuff that he's saying is not true. And everybody's like, oh yeah, well, your truth is different than mine. I'm like, no, dude, there's only like one fact. Facts are, the reason why we call them facts is because 2 + 2 is always going to equal 4. It's never going to equal 5, right? So you could pretend like it equals 5 if you want to in your own home. But if you bring that out to society, the social contract is going to crush you a little bit and say, what are you talking about, dude? Get out of here. Like we can't have you tainting what facts are. I don't know, dude. The Trumpers in my life even lied to themselves. Yeah, they have to. They have to. They live in an alternate reality. And the reason why they live in an alternate reality is because they have an alternate set of facts they're working off of. Because the information that's flowing into their life is from a thing that's called Fox News, right? Because it says news, the boomers, most of them are probably boomers, or I don't know, people that definitely don't think for themselves. Critical thinking doesn't work. But these boomers, they aren't gonna, I don't know what it is. I don't know why I think it's, again, it has a lot to do with childhood. I only can speak from my experiences and experience that I witnessed myself. And it's like, I think it's a lot of like childhood abuse, being raised a certain way. and they are just taught to go along to get along. And then they start thinking like they have this identity fusion problem where they've fused their identity. It's kind of like you're watching like the Eagles versus like some other football team. I don't know football that well, guys. I don't really watch sports on TV. Too busy making content. It's like your favorite sporting team against your another sporting team, and like those people are just so rabidly against each other. And all you have to do is wear the shirt, and all of a sudden you're one of them. You don't earn being one of them, right? MAGA is like that. They don't want to earn this stuff. They just want it for free. And now they think they're at the level of someone like me. Sorry, guys, you're not, if you're MAGA and listening to this. I have decades of business experience, science experience. Like, I've worked my ass off for master's degrees, for bachelor's degrees. I paid my way through all school myself. No one helped me at all. No parents gave me money. I had student loans and all that stuff. I had to work my ass off. And you can't just start thinking your opinion is as good as an expert who studied for like 20 years something, or even like 5 years, or even 3 years. Like an expert that like has been studying something consistently for years and years and years. And all of a sudden you just have like this aha moment. And oh, I watched a video on Facebook and now I'm like a genius because now I know the truth. Like, you gotta wonder, why do I think this of myself? How am I smarter than this guy or girl over here that's been studying this stuff for a while? Like, it's definitely possible. You are smarter in one thing or another. Like, you know how to put together, I don't know, change the, I honestly don't know, the belt on a snowblower or something like that maybe she wouldn't know how to do. But dude, you don't know like the science and all the stuff that goes with it. Like, there's so many, I don't know. I just don't understand the cockiness these idiots have. Some of them are really dumb. Not all of them are bad, but a lot of them are really collective, like this collective narcissism is, and it's like, dude, they've been this way this whole time. And collective narcissism is just a massive amount of insecurity because they're around somebody that they know is intellectually, they think that person's better than them. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but they think it, right? So people will be standing next to each other and feel so insecure. And even smart people feel this way. They feel insecure about other people. Of course we do. We're all people. But they take it to another level. They like need to be right. They want to like have gotcha moments. And it's like, it's the same as like this, wrapping it back to the sporting. You don't earn being a fan of like a sporting team. You put on the shirt and you're just instantly a fan. And that's what MAGA is. You put on the hat and you're one of them. You don't have to earn it. And that's what these people want. They want to be praised and felt good. And oh my God, this is amazing. I'm so amazing. I'm so smart. Everybody's like telling them, oh my God, you're so smart. Well, yeah, dude, the people, you just got to wonder, like, who are the people telling you are smart, right? Do they work at like the local 7-Eleven? Not to knock on people that work at 7-Eleven either, but is it a person that's actually a smart, educated, expert person? Or is it the guy that, or the girl that is, I don't know. It depends on who you're talking to, but these guys are like, they run back to their little safety bubble. They don't go and like Google things. They don't go and Google facts and see, hey, is this fact correct? Am I correct about this? What they do is they go back to the little bubble of MAGA people and they go, oh, you're okay. You're really smart. Yes, you're good. You're totally good. You're good. You're good. And then they come back and fight some more. And then they go back to their little MAGA bubble and they go back and forth, back and forth. They refuel the validation they get. They don't go and look up facts. If one of them actually looked up a fact or disagreed, I've seen it in real time. I've done a lot of audio spaces on Twitter, and there's a dude over there it was highly MAGA. And he started questioning things, and all MAGA people attacked him. And he's got a pretty big following. And they all came at him. And I'm like, dude, this guy's the most diehard MAGA guy ever. And all of you have turned on him because he's like, yeah, guys, that's not true. Like, here's the real facts. And they went nuts. They went crazy on this guy. And I'm like, hey, dude, I don't think you're with the right crew. I know you're kind of snapping out of it. Just so you know, like, I can come on stream with you and like I could play the bad guy. Like, I could be the Democrat that needs to come up and like you guys can kind of attack me and you can kind of agree with me if you want on some things. I don't know. I was just trying to help him out because he was getting really attacked by these people really badly. So you can't break. If you are communicating with these people, you can't like have separate facts where you start to think for yourself. They start to shame you into submission again. They will shame the shit out of you until you comply again. And imagine being surrounded, your friends, your family, everybody's MAGA. And all of a sudden, all these people are like, did you hear? He's not MAGA anymore. And they all like look over and look at you like with this dirty look. And you're like, what? I don't, 2 + 2 = 4. Like, that's just true. And they're like, oh, it's 5 in our group. 2 + 2 = 5. You got to say 5. And if you don't, they cast you out. And that's why I think a lot of like black sheep resonated with my video about black sheep too, where the reason why you're immune to the Trump cult is I think black sheep are already outcasts in their family. So they see through all the gaslighting and bullshit that happens in a family. And you then are constantly hyper vigilant to bullshit meter and gaslighting. So like every time someone tries to like, no, 2 + 2 does = 5. How do you not know that? It's like, it's pretty easy to be confident about 2 + 2, dude. Yeah, climate scientists. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, climate scientists have studied a long time. You know what is interesting? Like, I did some research on that too. Do you like the right-wing climate science? The reason why that all came to be was in the 1970s, Robert Ailes wrote this memo. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head, but it was how conservatives need to own media so that people actually vote for them again. And that's when they decided to launch some of these like institutions and buy a lot of scientists, pay a bunch of scientists a bunch of money so that the consensus against climate science, it was like this giant group. You guys see the stats, I'm sure. There's this giant pie of like how many scientists agree that humans are affecting the weather on our planet, global warming, stuff like that. Even though we don't use global warming, it's just I don't remember what we use anymore, but it's definitely, our climate is being altered by our carbon emissions. It's so obvious that it's true. But when you can get 10 or 15 scientists against thousands, it doesn't matter if it's only 10 or 15, according to the right, especially the way they do media. They're like, we just need 10 or 15 to sow doubt, and then use use all that stuff and like pump it out PR wise on the TV, everywhere. All these people, these political pundits are talking, oh no, this is not a consensus. The thing is, like, it's not an exact consensus because they paid like 10 scientists like lots of money. So it's like thousands of scientists all around the world agree about climate science, except for these like 10 guys or whatever it is, 20, whatever the small number is. So they can then go, yeah, it's not consensus. There's still some people that are outliers that don't agree. And that's what they did. They're really good at PR because that's all they can do. Their message, nobody wants right-wing people in power, because what happens when, especially the far right gets power, it's fascism. Far right is the polar opposites, right? It's communism over here, which is the far left, and fascism over here on the far right. And we don't want either of these. I don't want either of these. I especially don't want, communism already didn't work. Fascism is a horrible thing and brutal rule by violence. That's all it is. That's what fascism is. It's a horrible thing. And I made a video about fascism. I'm just scared to release it because I think it will get like banned on TikTok and Instagram, especially on TikTok. Maybe not on YouTube. Maybe I'll launch it on YouTube. I have a really good video. I think it's good. Maybe it's not that good. You guys can tell me. I have a video. I probably will release it on YouTube. And it's about there's like a lot of characteristics of like what fascism is. I think it's like, there's like 10 tenets of like fascism. And then another guy named, I can't remember who invented the 10 tenets. I think it was Mussolini that came up with the 10 tenets of fascism. But there was another guy that wrote a book called How Fascism Works. It's really good. Jason Stanley wrote a book, How Fascism Works. I think there's like 7 or he boiled it down to like 7 tenets. And then I put it in the video to like these 4 core tenets because I don't want a video that, I can't, it would take me forever. It would take me forever to edit a video by myself. That's like an hour. It's going to equal out to like a 45-minute to 50-minute video. So I made like a fascism video that's between 7 and 10 minutes long. And it's taken me forever to do, but it's still like, it's 4 core tenets that bring it down to like, it kind of explains the history of what fascism actually is and where it came from. Mussolini basically invented it, and it's basically just rule by force, and everybody has to obey. At the end of the day, it's obedience to one leader, and you have to put all of your faith into this one person, and you have to strict obedience. Anything he says is fact. Anything he does is truth. And if you dissent in any way, speak out against a fascist leader, you are met with like horrible violence and you get hurt. Probably disappeared and put into a prison or worse. And nobody wants fascism. It definitely doesn't work. It's a horrible way of living. Watch the movie V for Vendetta if you haven't seen it. It is fascism. Like, you cannot get any closer to like what a fascist government would look like. I watched it again, like I said, last night, and it just reminded me of like how I never thought we would see this in the United States. Yeah. Anyway, so I might release the video on YouTube here in the next couple of days. Stay tuned. Sorry, I'll get back to the chat. I have so many backed up messages now. Idiocracy. Yeah, dude, are you kidding me? Who doesn't know Idiocracy? I've seen Idiocracy probably like 100 times at least. I am a movie machine. When it comes to movies, that is my escape. And I've seen them all, probably good ones, like literally like I fall asleep to a movie every single night. And usually I have to memorize the movie in order to fall asleep really well. So like I know the movie like so well. So yeah, this is a great movie. Definitely should watch it. You got to see Idiocracy. It is what is happening right now. But the thing is, like in Idiocracy, it isn't really fascist. The thing is, it's mostly just, it's like ruled. It literally is like as close as you could get to if like MAGA rules the world, where they're like the dumbest people. And if you talk like a smart person, they don't even speak this. It's almost like you're speaking this like different language in the movie. It's a really good movie. You gotta watch it. Worth the watch. It's hilarious. Hilarious and like way too real. Dunning-Kruger, low ability and expertise, believe that. Yeah, exactly. I have a video on that. If you haven't seen it, Mochi Love. I have a video on Dunning-Kruger. That's one of my favorite videos, by the way. I watched it a few times today because it just kept replaying. I opened my phone and then I just set my phone down for a second. I forgot to like switch it, but I was just like, oh, that's a pretty good video. That was like one of the videos I was like pretty proud of. I got triggered to make it because I had a conversation with somebody who's like, we don't need experts. I have common sense. I'm like, what? Like, you can believe what you want, right? But if it starts affecting other people with your non-facts, we got a problem, dude. Houston, we got a problem. I went no contact with my MAGA family. Let me tell you that I know your pain. It's not easy and it's super frustrating. And they're really angry, frustrated people that are looking for a way to unload their unbelievable frustration and pain onto. They're looking for someone to dump this enormous amount of shame and pain and frustration they're getting triggered by this news all day. They're getting their amygdala triggered all day long by watching binge, like basically, I call it rage watching because my father would rage watch stuff. It was another level. And there was a time I did not talk to my father for years. There was like probably 6, 7 years that went by, and like he may have sent me like an email saying happy birthday or something, and that's about it. He went down the rabbit hole of far right with Rush Limbaugh. So I know how you feel. Um, it's definitely not a good feeling to be able to not communicate with someone who just is. I used to make things up to talk to my father about, so we could actually have a conversation. I'd be like, you know what? I already know the answer to this, but I'm gonna like say I don't, so I can call him and just say hello, and he can like solve a problem for me. We can talk about something other than something that's gonna set him off, and I would just like check in with him, see how he's doing. And if you went anywhere outside this little tiny narrow parameter of like him solving the problem, you were met with like instant rage. Like he just like, wait, didn't you hear me the first time? And it was like it was an interesting scenario. So I understand where you're coming from. It's really hard to deal with people who are super toxic, especially people who are empathetic, because you get exhausted from people who are angry and toxic all the time. Like you feel that harder. It hurts more when you're a person with empathy. So you don't have a lot of, you know what I mean? Like humans already, I'm a high empathy guy, right? You're a high empathy person, Miri. And yeah, it's tough. I get it. Like you get sapped, your energy gets sapped by these people. And then you become like a dumping ground for them. They're looking for someone to dump on. That's why you'll see some things happen around the world and be like, why did that guy go crazy over that? Like a road rage incident or some crazy stuff. Or they're at a convenience store and some guy bumps into another by accident. One of the guys like ends up like shooting the other guy. It's like, what? Like, why did you do that to yourself? Like, why would you do that? Why would you overreact? It's because their amygdala is being like stimulated all day by these news channels. And they're looking for a place to dump on, looking for people to be dumped on. Yeah. Black sheep, trauma, curse breakers. Yeah, it's true. Black sheep. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Even Idiocracy is not as bizarre as now. I agree. They didn't have, didn't have the Germans. I can't say that word. I don't think they'll ban me. Which is so lame. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Sorry, I don't understand. Tobacco industry tactics. Carl Sagan is awesome, by the way. I agree. Believe Carl Sagan in the first petroleum industry scientist. Yes, I agree with Carl Sagan 100%. The guy was a genius and a really good dude. Yeah, I just talked about Jason Stanley and how fascism works. Yes, yes, fascists do rewrite history. Um, is unfortunate, but the problem is like all of us people that know history will, when they're gone, we just put it back down. But they definitely like to rewrite, and they're big on this like mythic past. Like from what I've learned about fascism is they're big on like a past that never existed really. And I don't get it. They like to, Mussolini, who invented fascism, was like, oh, we have like sacred blood. We come from like the real Romans from like, 100 100 AD and stuff like that. We're like, we're like the people, the chosen people. We hail from like warrior gods. Can't you just be like a cool dude, bro? Like, relax with that. Yes, remember the 5th of November. Sorry, I'm slowing these comments. I'm trying to slow them down because you guys are commenting so much. Yeah, it's a great movie. V for Vendetta. You gotta watch it. It'll definitely jazz you up. Yep. The state, I wouldn't say the state. It's the supreme leader in fascism. Like everybody cowers beneath the leader. He is the supremacist. So it is, you'd think it's the state. It does say that in the definition, but you know, from what I've studied, it's really, you have to cower to the leader, and the leader's never wrong. Sound like somebody? The leader is never wrong. So it's definitely The Handmaid's Tale. Yep. Yeah, the one thing we can count on is change. That does happen. Yep. Thanks, Boston Terrier. Appreciate that. Yeah, the thing is, we can't let it be the death of expertise. We can't let it be. Interesting statement. I don't know what that means, but cross becomes a wizard. Oh yeah, I get it now. Yeah, I agree with that statement. Thanks for stopping by there, Mochi Love. I'm going to try and do this again. I might end this here in a couple minutes because I got to make some videos for tomorrow and the next day. You guys are very poetic tonight. Yeah, I agree with that. Fascists actually lose when there's two things. Fascism becomes normal and everybody normalizes it, and it owns an entire country, or type of people, or it atrophies, it shrinks. And I think we have fascism that's going to shrink and go away, and the people that are trying to push fascism right now, or fascistic things, will be in jail. I hope. That's my hope, at least. I think we can pull that off. Yeah, I'll hit you up, Anthony, for sure. I do not do Trump impressions. I don't really do any impressions. I'm not a clown. I'm not here to amuse you with like impressions, right? I'm not a comedian, stuff like that. I might be funny sometimes, but that doesn't make me one of those people. I think the Trump impressions are so cringe, dude. Like, why would you want to like impersonate Trump? He sounds like a moron. I don't know. Just it's so great. Anybody that does it is super cringy. The only person that can get away with it was Alec Baldwin on Saturday Night Live. Everybody else, I don't care. All these impersonators that are all over Instagram and TikTok, they're super cringy. And I don't think it's cool to impersonate some guy who's doing so much damage. It's like, oh yeah, it's so funny you can do it, Trump. Yeah, well, it's not funny actually, because the guy, it's like impersonating the guy that was in charge of Germany in the 30s and 40s. Oh yeah, great. What a great impersonation of a horrible person. So happy to see that, moron. I don't know, whatever. I mean, to each their own. You guys like Trump impressions. Cool. I'm just not your guy for that. Yeah, I don't think the thing is, like, everybody's like scared of like fascism taking over, but what can we do to not let it take over? And I think it's fun to go to protests. I'm a huge fan of protests. You know what's even better? Or protests that don't have a schedule. If you have a protest that has an start and end time, no one's scared of that protest. No one cares of that protest. You have to have a general protest where people actually protest, and there's no end date. If you protest and there's an end date, people are just like, oh, okay. No one's really too worried about that. Fascism still lives through a protest as a start and an end date. The whole idea of a protest is to gridlock things, to stop everything. And it forces people. I think that guy in Brazil, I think, was it Brazil? Not Maduro. That's the guy in wherever that place is, that got kidnapped, which is crazy. But there was another guy in Brazil that was Brazil's Trump, and he's in prison. Like, he tried to take over the election and all that stuff. We should do whatever they did because they got that fascist guy out and now he's in jail. So yes, Alec Baldwin can get away with it because Trump hated him. I agree with that. I'm a big fan of his impersonation. I was a huge fan of that. Wish he would come back and do a little bit more of that, but yes, don't schedule a protest. I agree. If you schedule it, it's cool if you want to have a scheduled start date, but if you have a scheduled end date, what is the point of a protest if everybody just goes home at 4 p.m. or goes to brunch at 2? Like, I don't. If we're gonna protest, we got to really protest. So, I'm not saying let's all march in the street today, but we are pretty close to that. And if Bolsonaro, thank you. Bolsonaro, yes. Sorry, I forgot the name. Bolsonaro. I know people that live in Brazil, and they were like, yeah, our Bolsonaro, why don't you guys just do with it? I'm like, I don't even know what you guys did. So I needed to make a video about that. But I also don't want to get banned because TikTok has banned a lot of my videos. Even though I don't say bad words and stuff in there, they have banned so many of my videos. It's crazy. Like, they even did, it sucks. They took a bunch and they're hiding them on me now on TikTok, which is like, what the heck, dude? Like, these videos are nothing compared to some of these other crazies over here who are saying horrible things, yet they have, it's just crazy that those people that own TikTok now are censoring content. I didn't believe it was true. And then until I got censored, I was like, oh my God, this is really true. Like, my videos I had one video get banned, and what they do, you want to hear something interesting? This is what they do. Sometimes they don't ban your video. What they do is they will take a video that's critical of someone they don't want you to be critical of, and they will play music in the background to cover up what you're saying. So the audio quality is really bad. So TikTok will do that to you. I did that. So just today, the video that I uploaded on TikTok today, that's live right now. By the way, if you're on TikTok, go like it real quick and reshare it. It really helps me out right now. But I uploaded it 3 times, and every one of those times they played music over it. And I was like, why are they playing? Like, how did music get on my video I just uploaded? Like, what's going on? And like I said, it might have been user error. It's possible. It could have been me. Something you'll never hear out of a conservative's mouth. Maybe it's me. It could have been me. I don't think it was, because it happened 3 times in a row. And I was very much looking at my video. Every time I went to upload it, I was like, okay, I'm going to upload it. There's no like extra things around the video. And then when I put it all together, I hit submit. And every time it had like an orchestra playing in the background. It sounded like they were like tuning their instruments to my audio. It was like, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And finally, the 4th upload of the same video, and I don't know how it got through this time, but it got through with no music on it, no weird stuff. So our TikTok is definitely censoring. Instagram is not. Instagram is full bore. Yeah, I don't know about that. TikTok is definitely not more toxic. Facebook is the most toxic platform on the planet. Trust me, coming from someone who talks to people on Facebook every day and they're in my DMs threatening my life, I promise you, Facebook is 1,000 times worse. It is 1,000 times worse. Let me tell you, these guys are so tough. They're tough guys on Facebook. It is really funny at the same time. Because I'm a pretty big dude. I'm 6'5" and I weigh 220. So I'm not like some small dude. If they roll up on me at like 5'5" or 5'8", they're going to be in for a surprise. I'm a pretty big dude. I might not look like a big dude because I have my chair like really low to get into the camera space here. but my chair is like as low as it can go to fit me in here. Yeah, the Zuck. That's I'm a fan of how Zuck is doing things though. Like he's not delimiting reach. I have to admit, like 3 out of the 4 comments on my Facebook content is the right people, the far right guys. It's pretty funny. It's like the more they hate you, it's like I think there's a label for it I made up myself, which is called the Howard Stern effect. Howard Stern back in the day was like this big radio guy, and he was like the king of like morning radio. And he had fans, and they would listen to him, and he would be listened to for a certain amount of time every morning by his fans. But the people who hated him, who absolutely hated him, listened to that guy twice as long as the people who loved him. And I was like, oh my God, this is totally what's happening on Facebook right now. These people hate me, but they like rage listen to my videos and then leave a comment. I don't think they listen to the whole complete video, but I don't think everybody knows who Howard Stern is, dude. Like that's like saying everybody knows who Rush Limbaugh is. I don't know. Maybe you're right though. Maybe you're right. It's possible. I've had people say, I don't know who that is. Right? I admin a few groups and it blows up with bots lately. Oh yeah. I don't know if it's bots. It might be. I think Facebook's pretty laissez-faire about that stuff. They've always been pretty laissez-faire about like shady dealings. Oh, yeah, I know. Trust me. I was just talking about that today. To a former Trump supporter who's he quit. And he thinks I don't know that he just all of a sudden he's like talking to me like yes, exactly, Kelly. Exactly right. I'm a fan of that. I was talking to an ex-Trump supporter who talks to me like he would never supported Trump before. And he's a good friend of mine. And I was always like, how could this guy who's really smart? It's isolation. It's a whole couple of factors, but it's propaganda and isolation are the 2 biggest things that right-wing media does to you. Propaganda and isolation are super damaging to people. Yeah, exactly. But our emails make me laugh. Yes. Dude, they bring it up all the time. I'm like, hey, dude, like, when did that actually, like, I'm not even going to argue with these people. I'm just going to talk to them like they're 13 and I'll talk to them like how my 13-year-old self would talk to them. I just slough them off. It's really hard sometimes because it's like you see the potential in them. Like, this is a human that doesn't know facts. Like, how is that possible? And if you just give them a little tiny millimeter of information, like, oh my God, do you know you're wrong because of this? Oh my God, they will just dump on you. They're looking for someone to like not communicate. They're looking, thank you very much, Georgette. I appreciate that. These people are looking for a reason to dump on you. They want to dump all their frustration, and they've isolated themselves so much. They need to go on the internet and dump on someone, find something and rage post back and say like these words that a normal adult person would not do to a stranger on the internet. And I think it's fascinating. It's like a weird psychological like study of like even social media is like a really cool tool to like take the pulse of like how things are in the world, because people think social media is real and it's not. It's a lot of words. I don't know what this means. So Brad Praskell is working on the propo angle specifically towards. Oh, I get you. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know who that is, but cool. I'll check it out. Yeah, they're not. So I'm going to cover this right now. These are not smart people. There are no smart people. Not one smart person that supports Trump. People keep saying that to me. What about the smart people? These are not smart people. None of them are smart. You might go, oh my God, but they're so smart. They're so good at math, or they're so good at this, or so. No, that doesn't mean they're smart. It has nothing to do with intelligence. There's a couple of reasons why so-called smart people support people like him. Is they're narcissistic people. They're like him. And they see him as them. That's their proxy to do bad stuff. And it's also permission to do bad stuff. And I think those are the big issues. The other part of it is, so they're narcissistic people. And the other part of it is, and people are like, oh, but my taxes, I'm saving money on my taxes. Bro, you ain't saving that much on your taxes to like support this guy. They are just very selfish people. They only have empathy. I think I did a video on this where it shows how much empathy, like the video, at least I talked about this study I saw. It's like a heat map of empathy. And they interviewed like thousands of people, and conservatives have empathy just for their family. They didn't care if anybody else had to pay gas prices as long as they got cheap gas prices. They didn't care if anybody got hurt that wasn't their family as long as they didn't get hurt. They all do suffer from low self-esteem. Yes. They are all they all hate themselves inside. Like narcissistic people, you might think that they're like super secure. These people are not secure people. Narcissistic people are super damaged people that hate themselves. And they need someone to like vacuum energy from, right? And they're looking for someone to like vacuum. Yeah, exactly. Personality extremist. Yes. They're looking for people to vacuum energy from. And I don't know. There's also this like little piece that there were some people that thought like you were cool if you were bucking the system, and somehow Trump was bucking the system. And I think that's fascinating too, because he's not like Fonzie in like Happy Days cool. He's a loser. He's like lost. He's like the most mediocre. He's the most mediocre billionaire, if he even is a billionaire, there ever was, right? And like that's what they see in him. These are mediocre people at best, and they see another mediocre person, like they think, oh, well, if that guy can do it, I can do it. And that's their champion. It's like WWE wrestling, and that's their wrestler. And he's their mediocre person that didn't earn anything. None of these people earn anything. They don't want to earn it. They want handouts. They want things for free. They are the people who are the worst snowflakes on the planet. They're like, oh, you guys are supposed to be the civil ones. Okay, we're supposed to be civil while you say horrible things to us like all the time. At some point, we're not going to be accepting of the stuff you're saying to me. Yeah. Boomers do think that. Yeah. Boomers can work hard and give it your all, and your company will reward you. Yeah. Those days are gone. Jack Welch and another guy. Who's the guys? Milton Friedman and Jack Welch destroyed the idea of pensions and companies and staying in for a long time at a company and having a pension and all that stuff. So Milton Friedman was like an economist under, I think it was like Nixon. I can't really remember right now. I have way too much information in my head. But Milton Friedman was the guy who's like said like corporations owe nothing to society. They're not here for the common good. They're here for profit, and that's it. Buzz off if you want something from them. You're not going to get it. And then Jack Welch started going, hey, we're going to start destroying all of these people that have pensions, firing them, all these things. so that they don't get that. And they started making it so, Jack Welch especially, started making sure that there was no such thing as pensions anymore. And made sure, people were like kind of like on-demand hire and can be fired without notice, without anything. And yeah, there's this whole history. Like I said, I'm a fanatic for history. So I always wondered why pensions went away. And it was because this guy came up with some financial model with like 401ks that you invest in later, and then they become your nest egg. When really there used to be a company pension, and someone would manage those pension funds, and they would invest smartly, and you would get your allotted pension at the end of it. I like the idea of the pension, but obviously a 401k is pretty much the same, but it became like private and predatory, and they kind of like pushed it out and privatized a lot of this stuff. And that's not good either. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta end this. I'll be on all night if I'm going to be chatting. We'll do it again. I think I'm going to do a podcast at some point here, guys. Hopefully you guys follow me to the podcast too, but I might do a live show every single day and have some good guests on and stuff like that. I know quite a few people that'd be fun to do with. So, it's great having you guys. Thanks for showing up. And thanks for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. I know it sounds lame. Probably everybody that makes content says that, but I really mean it. Like it's, you guys have, yes, companies stole pensions. Thanks so much, guys, for like watching. It means a lot to me. And this has definitely changed my life because I make content like every day now. And 40 days ago, I didn't. And you guys mean